Okay, so next, perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular. Perpendicular is when two lines come together, intersect at a 90-degree angle. Perpendicular bisector. A bisector is when you have a segment and it's divided exactly in half where both sides are the same length. So a perpendicular bisector has a 90-degree angle and it breaks that segment into equal parts. So how do we do that? It's actually pretty simple. What we do is we adjust this so it's at least 50%, preferably a little bit more than 50%, maybe like 75% of that length. So adjust your compass so that it's longer than 50%. Then once you have that measurement, you're going to use it actually 4 times. So make sure it's like in a good spot. Then from point B, you're going to make a mark like this, like above. So put this on B and then just make a mark here. And then you're going to move over to A, make a mark like this so it crosses. So that's 2 of your marks. The other 2 are going to be below, so you might want to flip your paper upside down. And then from A, make it right here, and B, same mark. So all 4 of those marks are the same distance. Then, last step, as you may predict, is we're going to connect these dots. And by doing that, this is at a 90-degree angle, and then these 2 segments are the exact same length. And then we repeat. So for number 1, make sure this is more than 50%. It looks like it is, so then you make your mark. Is it? Do you want to try one of these? Some of those were like, they were moving too much. Is that what's happening to yours?
It doesn't stay.
Yeah, it's too, I feel like there has to be a way to stiffen it, yeah. And then from A, I feel like ours are too stiff. There's no winning. And this, connect the dots. It's perpendicular and both sides are the same measure. So you might be thinking, if this is on testing, how the heck are they going to test on this? Because our tests are on computers. You won't actually be drawing these on a test. They'll ask you questions about these. So they might show you this construction and say, is this congruent segments? Is it congruent angles? Is it an angle bisector or is it a perpendicular bisector? And you have to recognize this and say, oh, that's a construction of perpendicular bisector. Another thing is they might ask you like the steps. So like they might just show you the marks like with the crosses and ask you what the next step is. And you would say, oh, connect this point to the other point to create the perpendicular bisector. Is that low battery? I don't know. Oh, something I wanted to show you before I'm done with this one. Another way of seeing this construction is instead of doing 4 marks, they'll actually only do 2. So, for example, so look up here for a second. Another way of seeing this on testing is they don't show it with like a cross up here, a cross down here. Sometimes they'll show this construction as like from B, they do like a whole like semicircle. And then from A, they do the same thing. And it crosses in a way that it creates the same effect. So sometimes you'll see a perpendicular bisector construction like this, and then you connect the lines like this. But same thing. It's perpendicular, same length on both sides. I'm gonna stop my recording there.